Hey guys, I'm Kendrelle'Chenae. Welcome to my channel. So, just a little bit of history and background on why I wanted to do a YouTube channel. Uterine fibroids is something that I've had to deal with for pretty much almost my entire adult life. So, I was diagnosed with uterine fibroids in my early 20s. I think I was about 22 years old. And I was told there was one in there about the size of a newborn baby's head, and that if it didn't bother me, not to bother it. I let it go. I left it alone. A few years went on, and they got bigger, more developed, and it was getting to the place where I was having heavy periods, heavy bleeding, blood clots, and it was just getting to be really uncomfortable. So my doctor suggested that I get them removed. He referred me to a really great surgeon in the next city over, which is a bigger city than what I live. Um, Went to see her. She was great. Had the fibroids taken out. 10 years ago, 2012, technology wasn't really what it was now. So she did a vertical cut. She cut from the top of my belly button all the way down to the top of my pelvis. That did leave a pretty bad scar, as well as the healing process was pretty bad because she had to close the incision with staples. So not only did I have the incision, the pain from that, but I also had the pain from the staples. So while you're trying to heal during the time that you have the staples in your stomach and then you go get the staples removed, you also have the healing process from there as well. Got that done. Recovered from that. Like I said, the recovery process was way longer. Just it was pretty uncomfortable. So my plan at the time was to have the fibroids removed, have children. If they ever came back, it wouldn't matter because I would already have my kids, and if worst case scenario, could have a hysterectomy and be done. Well, life happens, things happen, and things don't work out the way you planned them. And, we have to go with God's plan because God's plan was not for me to have children, after I had my first myomectomy. So I have to go with what God wants. So fast forward a few years later, I think about 2017, I went back to the doctor and I was told that the fibroids had come back. This was really devastating for me because I knew what I had gone through with the first myomectomy. I did not want to have to do that again. My doctor was very encouraging though. She would say, just because they're coming back does not mean that you can't get pregnant, doesn't mean that, you're going to have another myomectomy. Just if they don't bother you, you're fine. When you get ready to start conceiving or want to conceive, just come see us. We'll go from there. Again, life takes over. Things happen. Time moves on because time waits for no one. I waited another 2, 3 years and I still had not had children. I still, wanted children, but nothing had happened. I can't really say that I was trying. It was just a situation where life happened. Okay. So, where was I? Fast forward to 2019. I believe it was. I decided, okay, it's time that I get serious about having children, getting pregnant, seeing what's going on with the fibroids at this point. Had another doctor's visit. Fibroids had gotten bigger. Of course, I knew that because I could feel them. And anytime a fibroid gets to the size where you can feel it, you know they've gotten bigger. So, doctor's appointments, ultrasounds, blood work, making sure they're not cancerous, which Nine times out of ten, they are not, but my doctor just wanted to make sure. I knew that another myomectomy was not in my plan, so that was not even an option. So I started looking for alternative treatments to try and shrink the fibroids. So when that didn't work, I decided to explore another type of treatment. So I looked into UFE. So I spoke with the doctor. I made the appointment to have the UFE, and it was probably the week before I started having reservations about having it. So I decided to speak with my doctor again because I knew that she would give me the best advice. So she told me that if I wanted to have children, that a UFE would not be the best thing for me. So if you don't know what a UFE is, it's where they go in and basically cut off the blood supply to the tumors, and they're supposed to shrink. So I decided not to have that procedure done. I canceled it the week of. So canceled that. I that was in 2020. After that, I started seeking more natural medications. I was referred to a fertility specialist by my OBGYN, which is who I'm also seeing now. So she told me that I definitely made the best decision about not having a UFE. She gave me different a medication that would help with the excess bleeding that I was having each month during my cycles. And she also told me that if I was not ready, that, it wasn't something that I had to explore at this moment. That was the end of 2020. The medicine that she gave me, it really wasn't working for me. So it was the birth control. And it did help, like, the bleeding got better, but I never stopped bleeding. So I had to explore something different. So, stopped taking the medication. My sister got online and started trying to find natural remedies for fibroids. So she did find a tea that I actually still drink today. That actually helps with the bleeding, your cycles, the cramping, and I will put the information to the teas in the link below, so that might be something that you want to try that will help you if you're dealing with the same issues. But basically, that tea helped me for a really long time. So fast forward to 2021, I'm drinking the tea, and I'm really not having any issues. Like, I'm thinking that the fibroids are probably shrinking. I'm probably doing a lot better than I was back in 2020. Went back to my fertility doctor in 21. I think it was spring, and found out that the tumors had not shrunk. They were pretty much the same size. The only thing that had improved were my symptoms, the heavy bleeding, cramps, pretty much anything that I was dealing with prior to drinking the tea, which was still great because it allowed me to be able to just live every day, get through the day. So, especially during the time of my cycles. So, she ran the same test that she ran before. She did an ultrasound, checked my ovarian reserve. If you don't know what an ovarian reserve is, it's pretty much your egg count. So in checking my ovarian reserve, I found out that it was a little low, for someone my age. So, we pretty much decided that the only way to take care of my issue was to have another myomectomy. That was really, really difficult because I didn't want to have another myomectomy. I didn't want to go through another surgery. But I knew that if I wanted to have children, that I had to do that. So, I was going to plan the surgery in 2021. She was going to have her team call me to schedule the surgery. Well, I started a new job, so again, life got in the way once again. So I put it off again. So fast forward to the end of 2021, all the way to where I am now. I decided, I guess at the end of 2021 that, look, I am ready to have children. I don't want to wait any longer. My ovarian reserve was even lower than it was when I went to the doctor prior to that. So I knew that it was time to have it done. In the meantime, I did see another fertility specialist because I kind of just wanted to see if their diagnosis was going to be the same as the one that I was previously seeing. And it pretty much was. It was a little bit different. She wanted me to go ahead and start IVF because of how low my ovarian reserve was. And I was going to do all of that. I was getting ready to start IVF just so I could preserve my eggs and be ready for when after I had the surgery. I went back to my fertility doctor and the one that I was seeing in the beginning. And she pretty much, I told her that my ovarian reserve was lower than when I had been to see her the last time. And she was just so encouraging. She was like, that doesn't tell me whether you can have children or not. That doesn't tell me that you can't get pregnant. That just tells me that the eggs that you have left are probably really good quality and that we probably need to do it sooner than later. So she basically said, if you're ready, then we can go ahead and get the ball moving. We can schedule your surgery, and then 6 weeks after recovery, you can start trying to conceive. So 6 days ago, I had my myomectomy. It was actually Thursday, June 16th. I got to the hospital about 4:30 in the morning, got checked in, and pretty much I had it done. Fast forward to, well, let's back up a little bit. So my pre-op, I went to see her, and I had my ovarian reserve checked once again. It was even lower. And again, she said the same thing. That doesn't tell me that you can't get pregnant. That doesn't tell me that, you can't have children. It just tells us that, your ovarian reserve is a little bit further along than someone else your age. So, my surgery was actually supposed to be that Friday the 17th, but they called me not too long after I finished my pre-op, and they were like, hey, can you have your surgery on Thursday? So I'm like, okay, sure. So I went in Thursday morning at 4:30. And it just in case there are some of you that are planning to have your myomectomy, some things that I took with me to the hospital were definitely a pillow. That pillow is going to be your saving grace, because when you're trying to get up and down out of the bed after your surgery, it's going to help support your stomach. I took a pillow. I took one change of clothes for something that I could wear home from the hospital. I took um, body wash. I took lotion, um, a bonnet. I took just to have my hair covered. I took what else? My wallet, just stuff that you're gonna need. That was pretty much all that I took with me. The morning of the surgery, anesthesiologist came in and he told me, basically how things would go, and it pretty much went exactly like he said. They started my IV, did a pregnancy test, and they put the things on your legs just to help with blood clots because you're going to be laying for a pretty long time. They gave me Tylenol. They gave me another medication by mouth before. I can't remember what it was. And after they got blood work, got my IV started, they wheeled me back to the surgery room or the operating room. And the nurse told me that she was going to give me something to relax, and I don't remember anything else. I have no idea what happened after that. I woke up in the recovery room. The nurse tried to wake me up. I woke up maybe for a few minutes and then I was back out. My sister was with me the whole time. She sat out in the lobby after they got everything ready for me before they wheeled me back to the operating room. They kept trying to wake me up after I had the surgery in recovery, and they asked me what my pain level was. Well, at the time, I believe my pain level was about at an 8, 9. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So they told me that they were gonna get me to my room, which she did. She took me to my room. Okay, y'all. So getting from the bed that you are on in recovery to the bed that you're gonna be in your room is the worst pain ever. Okay. So it's not like they're gonna pick you up and put you in the bed. You actually have to get not get up, but you have to slide from one bed to the other. So I'm basically just trying to scoot from the bed that I'm currently on to the other bed, and it's pulling everything. It really hurts. Once you get there, you're good. So got to the bed. I was pretty much out after that. They came in, woke me back up, asked me what my pain level was, and I told them it was about a 10. They told me they were going to give me some pain medicine through my IV, which they gave me Delighted. I think I'm saying that right. So they gave me that for the first day and a half that I was there. I was in the hospital for 2.5 days. Originally, they tell you, you'll be there overnight, possibly 2 days, just depending on how you're doing. I was there 2.5 days. The very first day, I was pretty much in and out. I was awake a good bit though because my sister was there and we kind of like talked back and forth. But as soon as they came and gave me that pain medicine every 4 hours, I was pretty much out after that each time. I was able to keep track of the time because they had a big clock on the wall and it was digital. So I could like look over there and it's like the time was passing by so slow. That day went on forever and forever. So the very first day was something else. But I can say that while I was in recovery, all I heard was your surgery was a success. Everything went fine. You did great. That was the best news that I could have gotten, y'all. I promise you. I told my sister, look, when you get to recovery, the only thing I want you to say to me is that everything went fine. Because I was just so nervous that Okay, so there's always that 1% chance, I'll say 1%, I believe it is, that something could go wrong in surgery and they end up having to take your uterus. It's very unlikely, but that 1% chance always scares you. So I told my sister, that's all I need to hear you say. She didn't say it. She wasn't the one to say it to me, but it did not matter. I heard it and I knew everything was fine. The doctor took pictures of the fibroids that they removed. Y'all, there were 60 fibroids. I will put the picture in so that y'all can see, but mind you, it's graphic, okay? But if you want to see, I will put the picture in. 60, y'all, 60. She showed me pictures of my uterus before, after, in between and after. And so, yeah, like, and then when they went to get my sister to bring her up to my room, she still said it. She was like, y'all, girl, it's a success. Everything went fine. Everything is good. Again, best news. Best news. So, yeah, my doctor came in later to see me. She was just reiterating everything I had already heard. The surgery was a success. She said get through the first 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll worry about what's to come after that. So y'all, my second day in the hospital was probably my worst day in the hospital because I was still in a lot of pain. They wanted me to get up on the second day and move around. The first day, I stayed in the bed the entire time. I was on an all liquid diet, so I could not eat anything but popsicles, jello, and I drank water. Did not move. They had a catheter in, so I didn't have to worry about that. Second day, they wanted me to get up. They removed the catheter, got up. It was so painful. I waited until I had to use the bathroom before I got up. My nurse came in, she helped me to the bathroom, and it was bad. Throughout that day, I still had to get up and down to go to the bathroom. That very first time was the only time that my nurse had to help me to the bathroom, which was good. I was able to get up and down on my own. I was dizzy. I kind of felt a little bit lightheaded. The room was definitely spinning that very first time, but after that, I was okay to go by myself. My sister left. I was pretty much there by myself, other than my nurses coming in and out to get vitals, give me pain medicine. So I pretty much did okay. Doctor came in and she pretty much said the same thing. Surgery was said. She told me that she would have pictures for me later. And y'all, so like a myomectomy now versus 10 years ago, it's so different. Because as I was saying earlier, 10 years ago, I had staples. 2022, I have a cesarean cut, which is horizontal, bikini cut, and I have glue instead of staples. So the healing process is going to be way different. And my doctor told me that from the beginning. She was like, a myomectomy 10 years ago is not going to be the myomectomy now because technology has advanced and a lot has changed. So your healing process is going to be way different. And so far, day 6, which is where I'm at now, it has been. So, but yeah, she just pretty much updated me on everything and said she had pictures for me and that everything went well. So by that Saturday, they were ready to send me home. I got up, took a shower. I did have some nausea, but they gave me something for that and it cleared it up pretty much right away. They sent me home with pain medicine, 2 different kinds, ibuprofen and Percocet. I didn't want to stay on the Percocet long, although been having to stay on it longer than what I expected, which is okay. Hopefully after at least a week and a half, I can completely be done with that. and just use ibuprofen if anything. Um, got home and had like over an hour and 10 minute drive home. I couldn't get my pain medicine. I had to rely on 200 milligrams of ibuprofen, and God, pretty much, it was so hard. I was taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every 8 hours. I felt like it was not touching my pain at all. I tried to sleep in my bed. I got in bed and I couldn't get out of bed. It still hurts to laugh. I could not get out of bed. I finally did get out of bed, and I haven't been back to my bed since, and I don't plan to anytime soon. I sat in a recliner a night, and since then it's been the couch because it's the only thing I can get up and down comfortably from. So yeah, so that was my first night home. Second night, second day rather home. It wasn't as bad. I did get my pain medicine, so that did help a lot. Getting up and down was still kind of tough, so I slept in the chair for a little while. I was still sleeping a lot, so because of the pain medicine, so I really wasn't doing a whole lot. Diet was still minimum. And that's another thing. Like, coming from having to have two myomectomies now, your diet is going to play a huge part in not only your recovery, but going forward. Because when I say I'm never having this surgery again, I mean I am never having this surgery again. I am going to have my babies and I'm going to be done. Um, so diet. Now, when I came home from the hospital, my plan was to be on a very strict diet. I was only gonna eat soups and salad, like light stuff, because when you have surgery, your bowels pretty much go to sleep, and you can't go for several days. So, already knowing that from jump, because of the previous myomectomy, I didn't want to have the same issue that I had before. So I did have pizza. I had pizza and I had barbecue. The only reason I had that stuff the day I came home is because family and friends are just great. Okay? They are great. And I thank them for that. So I did have not had that type of stuff since then. Um, so yeah, diet's very important. And so I've been doing soups, I've been doing salads, um, potatoes, just pretty much anything that's not dairy, because dairy is terrible for fibroids. I had a little bit of the cheese that comes in the little salad bowls. I didn't add any extra, because I'm trying to get away from dairy. I'm trying to do anything that's going to help my healing process as well as help me to not ever have to have this surgery again. So day three, um, still getting better, still on the pain medicine, not really doing too much of anything, sitting around watching TV, sleeping a lot still, moving at minimum, showers every day, just pretty much chilling. I am wearing, my nurse told me not to wear underwear. That wasn't an option. So I am wearing underwear, and I just make sure that they're kind of loose so it's not so tight on my stomach, because my stomach is still very swollen from the procedure. And I just don't want to do anything to hurt my recovery. I don't put on any bottoms other than that, and I wear a loose fitting shirt just so it won't scratch my stomach or whatever, or hug it too tight. Day 4, pretty much the same. Day 5, nothing different. I'm on day 6 today, and it's pretty much the same. Some days I wake up and I'm just like in pain, and last night was one of those moments. So I had to immediately take pain medicine for that. I'm trying not to take pain medicine, but I had to last night. I did have my first bowel movement yesterday, day 5, twice. That was great. Had another one today because I was really nervous about that because of my experience last time. That pain from that was a lot worse than the pain from the incision itself. So, very, very happy about that. I also have a tea that I drink along with some fiber that has been helping with me going to the bathroom. It does still kind of hurt when I urinate. I'm not sure if it's because of my uterus still being so swollen and it's still being really close to my bladder or what that issue is, but I'm going to discuss that with my doctor when I go back for my post-op next week. I'll go back next week for my 2-week post-op. I am going to include some things down below that I'm going to do personally to help my journey with recovery, the healing process of my incision, as well as my uterus, because I'm trying to get it ready to be able to carry a baby. And according to my doctor, I can do that in 6 weeks. So I am nervous about it. 6 weeks, it's close. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I possibly can to be ready for that so that I don't have any issues or any concerns with my pregnancy. I do, however, want to make sure that my uterus is completely healed and that there are no other issues going on with, my body that would prevent or, God forbid, you know, miscarriage. You know, I don't, that would be devastating because I've never been pregnant before. Never, never been pregnant. So I don't know, you know, what, I've never been pregnant. So we'll see. We'll see. I look forward to that. But yeah, I'm gonna put some stuff in the caption, and then also I will do a 2-week post-op. I'll let you guys know what my doctor said, as well as other things that I'm going to do going forward. I've watched a lot of videos on here at some of the things that other women have done to get their ovaries and uterus ready to conceive that work for them. I'm going to also be doing those things as well, from prenatal vitamins to a few other things as well. So, once I figure those things out, watch a few more videos, I will definitely let you guys know what I do. I just definitely thank you guys for being on this journey with me. It's going to be great. It's going to be an amazing journey. And I think that as long as I have God on my side, which I do, and I follow His will, that is all going to work out for my good. So, you guys, subscribe below, please. Like my video, and I will see you guys really, really soon because my post-op is next week. So, I'll be posting that. Thank you, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.